Alright, everybody, we're back with day 2 of Commander Masters spoilers slash leaks slash preview slash whatever you want to call them. I really don't care. We're going to jump right into the video because there is already a large slate of drops this morning and I want to cover them. So, let's get to it. Alright, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you are new to this series and you have missed the first slate of previews, I did post 2 videos yesterday going over all of the spoilers and previews that have been announced so far. Admittedly, I have skipped a few like commons and uncommons that are just kind of inconsequential because, you know, these videos do take time, and one of the things about trying to edit them quickly and get them up to post so people can see them, you know, with some level of current news information is that you have to make some cuts, so forgive me, but here we are. Now, there are a lot of cards announced with the set so far, but again, we've really been waiting for some of those big hitters to come out that are going to move the set in the right direction. Yesterday, we saw a couple of them that are definitely solid, but I am not convinced yet, so hopefully today and going forward, that will change. First up, we've got Orin Frostfang, and this is actually a decent reprint to start. This was around a $20 card that was primarily locked behind Commander products with the exception of a Secret Lair reprint. A really solid card in Commander and just a decent card overall. Not a bad reprint and definitely okay to be slotted in there as a rare, but it's going to drop in price as the scarcity is kind of less so. This will probably go from 20 down to like 7 to 10, I would guess. Not bad in any capacity, but again, it's just not really like hitting where we need to be hitting yet. Again, and I'm not going to say that about every card, obviously. I just, you know, you want to see them leading stronger on certain things. So, you know, we'll see what comes of it. Now, we've got Nesting Dragon. This is a decent-ish card, but I don't think it sees that much play. I did a little bit of research on this guy before because I hadn't heard of him, and he's not really worth a ton. So this looks like it's going to be another one of those bulk-ish reprints that'll kind of fall in here. But I could see, you know, uses for him where he actually might be decent. It's just in like a draft setting or something. It's just not really, again, you know, the best reprints that they're picking from. Nekusar the Mind Razor. This is actually a cool card from a concept perspective, but it was only about $5 before this reprint. Again, I just wonder, like, when it comes to making the selections of these lower value cards, what's causing them to pick the ones that they're picking? And more importantly than that, like, why, you know, we couldn't get some of these, you know, in other spots, or maybe, you know, downshift them to uncommon and put some better cards in here, because again, they're really asking us to spend a good amount of money on this product without giving us, you know, the confidence that they're going to fill it with value. If you could open a pack and pull this and, you know, the Nesting Dragon, then you're out $15, you know, at a minimum with nothing else to really show for it. So that's kind of the downside that can happen with these products. Morophon the Boundless is a reprint I'm actually here for. This is a very, very good reprint, a really popular commander that can do a lot of things. You know, it's over $20 or close to it. It's definitely not bad. I'm happy to see this in here. It's a mythic, which is a little upsetting. I kind of wish they would have downshifted this one to a rare, given the card's value and just sort of making it more accessible, but still not terrible. Happy to see it getting a reprint in here, and I haven't seen like a full art version of it yet. It would definitely be really cool if that is a thing, and obviously as more of the leaks come out, there are other countries, you know, content creators or shops or what have you that are also doing leaks, so some of these come out in other languages, and then you have sites like MTG Goldfish who do the translations, so whether or not there are other variants of this art remains to be seen. I definitely think it'd be cool to get like an alternate or an extended art or something. Morophon. Now, Experiment Kraj. I am not familiar with this card, but it certainly seems cool on paper. It was not worth a ridiculous amount of money, though, in my checking. So again, it falls into that sort of lackluster rare category. Yeah, I know they're going to be in there, but, you know, we should probably try to keep them few and far between. I think some of the cards they're reprinting here could have been better slotted elsewhere. We've got Kindred Dominance. Now, this is a big hitter. This is probably the biggest reprint so far on the day. This is like a $45 to $50 card, and it had the artwork on here is just unreal, with what looks like the Slivers fighting the dragons. This is an extremely good card, and it was definitely in need of a reprint, so I'm super happy about this. In addition to its borderless version, of course, we do have just a regular version and a foil etch version as well, but this is a good reprint, and this is the type of thing I want to see more reprints of. So Kindred Dominance is good. This is definitely the best one so far for the day. I am very, you know, very happy to see this here. Immortal Sun, another decent reprint. I feel like this got reprinted recently as well in something, but I could be wrong on that. I think maybe the Brothers War Retro Artifacts, people thought it was going to be in there, but it might have been something else. This is a decent card, and it was actually commanding some value as well, so again, not bad. Good card to see it, but again, it's mythic, so, you know, it's, you know, food for thought in terms of whether or not you're going to see it and whether or not it's actually going to drop the price down when it's mythic in a large set like that. but I'm, you know, again, a good reprint, just not super impressive. Next up, we've got Obscuring Haze. Now, this is the second of the 5 free-cost commander spells. We saw Deadly Rollick yesterday. Leads me to believe, again, that they're all going to be in here, but we don't have confirmation yet. Obscuring Haze has an amazing alternate artwork as well. German translation of it here. I don't have an actual English version of it yet, but what a beautiful art. Definitely really like that, and hopefully we are going to get the other 3 announced as well, because that will go a long way towards improving the value of the set. Obscuring Haze was actually the cheapest of the 5, but it's still a really solid reprint and a neat card to have, so cool to see it in here, and it leaves me optimistic that the rest of it's going to end up being in here as well. Gold Color Gisa, another I might have mispronounced that name, I apologize in advance. Another decent-ish card. You know, it has its use. But again, it was not super expensive, so in terms of reprints, it's not really exciting me all that much. Galta Primal Hunger, not bad. This card was actually getting up there in value a little bit. Nothing crazy, but, you know, it's a very popular card, and it's not the most accessible, so I'm okay with it in here as a rare, because I do think there are a lot of players who are probably interested in dinosaurs, and especially with Ixalan, you know, coming out later this year and more dinosaur support, you'd probably see people start to go after this if it wasn't picked up already, so not a bad inclusion here. Now, the other big hit today that I would say is on par with Kindred dominance is Finale of Devastation. This card was getting absolutely absurd with pricing, and it is a really, really good card, especially in Commander, that just does a whole lot of things, and it does a whole lot of things well. It has a beautiful, beautiful alternate artwork that reminds me of Doubling Season from Double Masters. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see like the English translation, like foil, just to like see what the card's going to look like. But another home run in my opinion. Reprint choice here. This is a mythic, of course, but you know, these are the type of hits we really need to see in here to keep things moving forward, and to really improve consumer confidence in the product. Now, we have also got Fiery Confluence. This was like $1 rare, so I don't know why it's in here as a rare, but whatever, here we are. Commandeer, not bad. This actually was only in Cold Snap. It's like a $7 to $10 card. It hasn't been printed in years, so I guess there's that going for it, and it's an interesting card. Whether or not it's a good reprint, I suppose like it was necessary reprint, but I don't think it had a high demand, so I'm not going to criticize it too much, but you know, it's not doing it for me personally. I'm sure there's people who are going to be happy about that one being included. And we've got a Chromatic Lantern. Chromatic Lantern also getting reprinted in here. Just another card that's, you know, always around like $5 to $7. Glad to see that kind of coming down a bit just for the purpose of, you know, being more accessible for the players, and it's pretty much a pseudo staple, so we're good to see that one here. And then we've got Thran Dynamo, or Thrawn Dynamo, with both a regular art and then an alternate art as well that looks really cool. I'm glad they're reprinting a lot of the Commander staples with alternate arts, like people that want to like upgrade their Commander decks without having to, you know, spend an arm and a leg to do so. That's definitely neat. And then right as I was making this video today, the announcement of Heroic Intervention dropped, and I'm actually really happy about that. This is a double dip reprint because it was just in the Lord of the Rings Commander decks, but this card was going up a lot and definitely would benefit from another reprint. It's extremely good for green decks in general, so I'm happy to see that here, and I'm glad it's a rare. They didn't like do anything wonky like upshift or whatever. Hopefully this will really drive the price of the card down to under $10 so people can have access to it, but we will have to see what happens. So my thoughts on the day: a couple of really big hits so far with Finale of Devastation and Kindred Dominance. I think both of those are really, really good, and I hope we continue to see more cards like that, because right now they keep sliding in a lot of like $5 to $10 rares, even a few $20 cards here and there. It's making Commander more affordable, but it's not really justifying the steep price point. So we'll have to see kind of what happens and what the rest of it looks like when we're done. But that's it for now. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this morning's reveals. I will be back later this evening with another video covering everything else for the day. And be sure to comment below. Let me know what your favorite card is from this slate of reveals and what you're looking forward to most. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon if you want to stay notified. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.